Hello guys, Sai here with another Path of Exile 2 video. So thankfully GGG decided to spoil all the Ascendancy nodes, maybe also because of all the leaks, unofficially leaks. So now we have an official leak from GGG, that's nice. And all of us can make better plans. I would have been good either way. So if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch this video. I will go over every single node of all Ascendancies. I haven't looked through them before, so this is my first impression. I won't talk about like builds in this video and just want to talk about each individual node. If you want to skip to a certain Ascendancies, there will be timestamps in the video. Okay, so let's get started. Stormweaver. So the Sorceress has Stormweaver and Chronomancer. I actually will start a Sorceress, I think. I'm not sure if it will be a Stormweaver or a Chronomancer yet. Let's find out. Okay, so the first nodes, scoring wins. Exposures, you inflict lower the effective resistance by an additional 20%. That's very strong. I don't know if it's actually confirmed yet if you can lower the resistances below 0 or not, or if the nerf is only for pen, where it doesn't, you cannot penetrate further below 0. If the resistances can't be lower than 0, I think this node is not that good. So I imagine that you can lower resistances below 0%. 20% more damage, not a bad node at all. Elemental Storm, we knew that. And the node behind that, first Rain Dancer. Elemental Storm has 150% more cooldown recovery rate. Mm, so in that case, I think that actually weakens the Tempest Caller because you need 4 points to make use of it. I don't know, we will have to wait and see if the numbers still are good enough. Of course, this combo is really good. Yeah, we will have to wait and see. Number 3. Oh, yeah. Okay, number 4. Heavy snows. Targets can be affected by 2 of your chills at the same time. Your chills can reduce action speed by up to maximum of 35%. Normally, I think it's 30%. And you have 25% less magnitude of chills you inflict. I mean, if you can pull that off, if you can chill a monster by 70%, that would be ridiculous, right? And I also don't know if that would be multiplicative with temporal chains. If that would work, I don't think, but then the monster wouldn't move. So, yeah, like the comets, maybe there's a comet build where you hit really hard with comets and basically stop the monster from moving. That would be a really safe playstyle. A really interesting node, but I think difficult to pull off because of the 25% less magnitude of chills. 5, so after the chill node, all damage from hits can chill. Okay. So it's basically the same as shock, just for chills. Okay. So your lightning damage could chill or physical damage or whatever. That's interesting. 6. So we know this. You can shock twice, which again, we will have to wait and see how easy it is to pull off. But for the shocks, you at least don't have the negative multiplier on your shock value, just the shock duration. And 7, everything can shock. 8, you have Arcane Surge. Okay, what is Arcane Surge? Arcane Surge grants 10% more cast speed and 20% more mana regeneration rate. Oh, so more, not increase, but more. That sounds good. And you don't even have to hit anything. So even in the boss, in Path of Exile 1, there was a node that said like get Arcane Surge on hit. And for bosses that have like invulnerability phases and stuff, you wouldn't have that Arcane Surge. So this is actually better. You just have it. So if anything gives you like a buff while you have Arcane Surge, this is even better. We will have to wait and see if there's a unique that gives you like ailment immunity or something like that while you have Arcane Surge. Could be. I think this is a very strong node. Let's see number 9. Force of Will. So this is behind Arcane Surge. Increase effect of Arcane Surge on you per 15 maximum mana. Okay, so this is basically the Arcane Surge Ascendancy then. Huh? They talked earlier that they don't want an Ascendancy to be like the best for something, but I mean, this synergizes very very well with Arcane Surge. I don't know if it will be possible to get 5,000 mana, but let's say it is. It was quite easy to get that on Path of Exile 1. 5,000 divided by 15. So that would be 333% increased effect. Very strong. And what is number 10? So that is only a 2-pointer. What is the other? Oh, so this is a 2-pointer with a resistance exposure thing. And the other one is 40% of elemental damage taken recouped as energy. Wow. That is super strong. I don't know if there are other sources on the tree to get recoup for energy shield, but if they are, and 40% alone is not bad. That's a lot of regen. Because as far as I understand in Path of Exile 2, it is very difficult to get recovery on energy shield. Like the keystone that you normally would take, the Zealous Oath doesn't work with like CI builds. And I think there's not a lot of flat regen otherwise on the tree. So this would give you recovery for energy shield very, very strong. Yo guys, I think this Ascendancy is really good. Really, really powerful. Nice. So if you want to go mana stacking, I bet Captain Lance will do this do this League Starter then. Yeah, maybe me too. Oh, we will see. I hope a Chronomancer is good. I really want to do Chronomancer because I think Chronomancer is really good for the Trial of the Sekima, and I want to go hard on Trial of the Sekima. So let's see. Let's start with the first 2-pointer. Now and again, skills have 33% chance to not consume a cooldown when used. Okay. Not reliable. I don't like that too much actually. But could be really potent. Then the 4-pointer, where you reset all the cooldowns. We know about that one. This is another 4-pointer with a time freeze. We also know this skill, so you can basically freeze the enemies. Is it freeze? Let's see. Release a large wave that stops time for all affected enemies for duration. Duration is lower the more times the enemy has had time stopped for them. Okay, it's not a freeze. Okay, so this doesn't interact with any freeze mechanic, so it's weaker. And you cannot go for a party of all freeze Chronomancers, which would have been hilarious, but yeah, can't do that. What is for? Temporal Rift. Passively leaves after mages of your recent past. Okay. Cast a spell to return to the oldest after image, teleporting to that location and resetting your life, mana, and energy shield to the value that had at that time. Okay. So like a reset. Ah, could be powerful. This was also spoiled in the review, so if you want to see it in action, you can watch the video, yeah, and see it. Okay, but now to the good stuff, because we don't know all these nodes, so these could be really big. Let's see. Every 12 seconds, gain 50% more cast speed for 4 seconds. Huh. 50%, basically 50% more damage 1/3 of an uptime. 50% times 3. 16% more cast speed on average, and you can't click it to activate it. I don't like this too much. Okay, this 2-pointer. Enemies in your presence are slowed by 20%. So I don't know if slowed is action speed. If that is action speed, this is actually really strong. And if that is multiplicative with temporal chains, that would be insane. So this potentially is a very, very good node. One quick thing about Quicksand Hourglass, you could combine this with the freeze. So every time you freeze them, you make sure you have the cast speed, and that's of course a lot of damage, but that would eat your cooldown, and you don't have it as a defensive mechanic then anymore. Don't know. So then we have 7. That's okay. 8 is a 4-pointer. That could be nice. Circular Heartbeat. 30% of damage is recouped as life. So, as a Chronomancer, they tell you to go life, not energy shield. I see. Recoup effects instead occur over 4 seconds. So, yeah, but 30% of all damage, so elemental damage and physical damage, which is way stronger than the Sorceress, the Stormweaver's node with 40% elemental damage. This is 30% of all damage, which is nice. I hope there is support on the tree to increase that value. Um, I really want to go Chronomancer, but the only offensive node there I see is the 50% more cast speed, and that node is not that good, guys. I really don't know, but it's like really defensive. So for hardcore, if you can make the damage work otherwise, this is, I mean, really good. I mean, actually, I will maybe still league start this because it's, as I said, quite defensive. Okay, so after the Chronomancer, let's keep on going with the Int class. So let's talk about the Witch next. First of all, this image is just so good. I love this heart shape, just as much as I love the hourglass on Chronomancer. I don't know. The offense of Chronomancer is just that not there, guys. Anyways, now let's focus on the mage. So you have to take this first node. There's no option. And this first node says skills gain a base life cost equal to base mana cost, Sanguimancy. Okay, and you also monsters will drop the life remnants, and what do the life remnants do? Drinks the blood of your enemies to restore your life, while active enemies you kill have. Oh, it is an active skill. Oh, so it costs spirit. Interesting. So there's a downside. This is not just given to you. I mean, maybe the spirit cost is 0. Who knows? Enemies you kill have a chance to spawn a life remnant, and critically hitting a target spawns a life remnant every few seconds. Oh, so you can sustain the life remnants even in boss fights. That's strong. That is actually really strong. There are not so many mechanics that works on boss fights. Picking up a life remnant grants you life which can overflow maximum life. Overflow, guys, means basically you can double your life. I don't know if that is considered as maximum life. I don't think so, because otherwise it would be too powerful with the other nodes of the Bloodmage. So from 1 you get a 2-pointer here. Vitality Siphon. 10% of spell damage is leech as life. Very strong. And then going to the other side, a 2-pointer. Your curses have infinite duration. That's also nice. Especially, this is a good node for bosses, right? gain 10% of damage as extra physical damage. Elemental damage also contributes to bleeding magnitude. Okay, so everything can bleed. Even spells. Interesting. I think this is actually a really cool note if you can like make an elemental bleeding character. That's definitely nice. Okay, Gore Spike. Another 2-pointer. Increase critical damage bonus per 40 life. Did they nerf this? Was it 20 life before? Anyway, still very strong, I bet. And the note behind this, base critical hit chance for spells is 15%. I think a lot of spells have like 9 or 10% increase, 9 to 10% critical strike chance. So this is like a 50% more multiplier on that. Very strong. Yeah, super strong. I think Bloodmage will be a really good endgame character. Like, maybe not the best first character of the league, but like your second character. Because to benefit from these nodes, you kind of have to min-max the character. Okay, let's see the 7 and 8. 25% of life lost from hits is prevented. Then that much life is lost over 4 seconds instead. So this is very strong, especially if you have good recovery. Grasping Wounds is a 25% less damage taken, kinda. Very, very strong. This also is really good with the spell leech. So Vitality Siphon plus Grasping Wounds is a good combo. And then Crimson Power is the 4-pointer. Gain energy shield from equipped body armor as extra maximum life. I don't know if this node will be very strong. At that point, you could also just go for a unique chest. I forgot the name, but there's a unique chest that gives you 1000 life. So yeah, I don't think this node will be used often because it's only one piece of gear. Like in Path of Exile 1, there was a mechanic that did this, but for all gear pieces, and then that was very strong. But just for the body armor, and then you don't get it's not for free because instead you could get armor or evasion on the body armor. So yeah, maybe it will be very strong and I'm proven wrong, but I won't take this note until I'm proven wrong. But yeah, as I said, very strong ascendancy. Like the grasping wounds is really good. So almost every class has like a really good defensive nodes. Like the Chronomancer has a ton of defensive nodes. The Stormweaver has like the 40% elemental damage recoup. Yeah, really nice. Let's see the Infernalist. This is also a very interesting ascendancy. And look, like, I don't know, is this supposed to be like a volcano outbreak and then the lava falling down? I don't know. One, where's one? So this is a 2-pointer. 20% of cold damage taken as fire damage. Oh, so you can convert damage to fire damage with this ascendancy by 20%. Very strong. Shifting damage, guys, is very strong because it counters penetration and you can focus on one single elemental damage type for defense. And there's also support on the tree where I think 25% of physical damage is taken as fire. Oh wait, physical damage taken as chaos, not as fire. Okay. So with this node, you would have 40, almost 50% of physical damage conversion. Very strong. I think this node is actually super strong. And then this is a 4-pointer. Reserves 25% of life, okay. +1 to maximum mana per 6 maximum life. Okay. I mean, this is good with mind over matter builds. Okay, interesting. I think the small nodes also give you percent mana. So Archmage, maybe this is also a really good Archmage class. So then there's 3, reserves 20% of life to maximum. Oh, you can boost your spirit. Oh, so this is really good with minions, right? This is basically a minions node because you can create a way bigger armor this way. And then 4, again, so you could technically reserve 75% of your maximum life. You can boost your energy shield. Okay, so you can boost your mana, energy shield, and or spirit with this class. Interesting. I mean, this sounds so good with mind over matter. Every single one of this is really good with mind over matter. 5, so this is another 2-pointer. Oh, this is the demon form. Are there specific how much life you lose? Vastly boosting the power of your spells. You gain Demon Flame every second you remain in demon form, causing your life to be lost at an ever increasing rate. Revert to human form, so you cannot die from this skill. Okay, so we don't know, guys. We still don't know how bad this is. 6 maximum 10 demon flame. Probably there's a maximum, I bet, and this increases the maximum of the benefit that you get. So yeah, I mean we don't know enough about this. Pyromantic Pact, that is 7, so this is a 2-pointer. Maximum mana is replaced by maximum infernal flame. Guys, they talked about this in the video. So basically, you remove your mana, so you cannot gain any benefits from mana anymore, but you don't need to worry about mana costs. But you do a lot of self damage, and if you can benefit from the self damage, that would actually be a benefit. So very interesting mechanic. Yeah, that's all I want to talk about this. Why not on low? So everything can ignite, so this is very nice. Seething body, while on high infernal flame, you and your allies in presence gain 20% more damage as fire damage. Okay. And 10 is the infernal hound, which is like the defensive node. Oh, there's one more node. Okay. Yeah, this one is probably the first ascendancy node that you will take. Because it gives you 20% reduced damage and gives you a pet for no cost, so very, very strong. Okay, and then the last 2-pointer. Grinning Immolation. Become ignited when you deal a critical hit, taking 15% of your life and energy shield as fire damage per second. 30% more critical damage bonus. Wow. That is, I think you burn for 6 seconds, right? Ignite? That's 100% life loss every 6 seconds for 30% more critical. Oh, damage bonus, not critical chance. Huh. I don't know. This sounds like a softcore build. I don't know about that one. That sounds insane. Um, and you have to go crits. Like I don't know. Getting crit chance in the game is really tough. So this not giving crit chance, I don't know about this. We will have to wait and see. This whole area is very strong, I think, and then the demon form we don't know about, and the pet you get with the 20% damage reduction. Um, yeah, very strong, very overall strong ascendancy, I think. You kind of want to stack mana for Mom. You kind of want to be a Mom build. And then you have the shifting damage element, which is also very strong. And you can lean fully into Mom and reserve a bunch of life for extra benefits. Like, how much spirit is this actually? Let's say you have 3k life. 3k life. 25% is 750, and then 750 divided by 25. Oh, okay, so this is actually not that big number. It's 30 spirit, so one more buff. But for minions, I don't know. Maybe this is a lot of minions. Um, yeah, but I mean, this is 3000 life. Maybe you can get to higher life values. Anyways, very, very interesting. So, this is it, guys, for this video. I wanted to talk about every Ascendancy node, but sadly, while I was recording, I took a break, and when I returned to my computer, I forgot to turn on my mic. So, I was talking for 20 minutes, and yeah, so I will upload another video for the other Ascendancy nodes, and just talk about the strong notes or whatever, like a summary, like because I can't do it blind anymore. This was blind, but the other ascendancy notes won't be blind. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I will definitely start Sorceress. I think I will go Chronomancer still. I mean I want to do hardcore, so being defensive I think is a good idea. The Sorceress, however, the Stormweaver, however, is sounds busted. So maybe I will do that instead. And the Infernalist also sounds like a really, really good starting ascendancy. You can go minions, you can go self-casting. It will be just very, very strong overall. Okay, see you in the next one, guys. Take care.